What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, today I'm gonna be showing y'all how to create a very special NBA fan favorite build, the two-way inside-out scorer, aka Klay Thompson build with contact dunks in NBA 2K23 on next gen. Now, Klay Thompson is already established as one of the most elite two-way defenders in the NBA today. Now, just imagine if he was able to consistently posterize people in the paint, as well as maintaining everything from his elite shooting all the way down to his elite defense. Now, this is going to be the perfect build for you if you're looking to make one like it. And now I just want to say, look, thank you to everybody who did decide to come through. And if it's your first time, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Go ahead and turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Smash that like button, but do not forget to go ahead and comment down TG for thank God, as well as where you're tuning in from watching today, and I most definitely will be getting back to y'all with a response. Now, with this build, we have a lot of potential. We're going to be able to get at least 76 badges off rip. Now, like I said earlier, we're also going to be able to get elite contact dunks. Now, one of the best things about this build is that when it comes down to the attributes, we have the potential of a 100 plus when it comes down to the driving dunk, 3-point shot, perimeter defense, as well as our steal. Now let's go ahead and get started with actually how to create it. Now, the first thing that we need to go ahead and do is make sure that we put it under the shooting guard position. Now, everything all the way down to the body settings is going to play a huge factor when it comes down to the actual attributes, but also the animations. So I'm going to go with the height of 6'6". When it comes down to the weight, I decided to go with 210. And then for the wingspan, I'm going to go with 6'10". Now, the body shape, I like builds, but again, I think defined is going to be a little bit more like Klay. We're all set to go from here. Now let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the attributes, and I'm going to start with the physicals. Now, for the speed, I like 81, 72 acceleration, 82 vertical with a 90 stamina. Now, these numbers are going to be essential going forward, especially to maintain the badge layout. But the main thing about it is going to be this 82 vertical for the physicals. Now, I did skip over the strength. I don't think it's going to be necessary. But down the road, I'm telling y'all, this number is actually going to go up. So from here, let's go ahead and find out what we're going to be able to do on the defensive end. So we get a total of 23 badges, and these are going to be the numbers. So interior of a 55, 92 perimeter, 95 steal, 51 block with a 69 defensive rebound. Now, with these 23 badges, I like ankle braces and also box out beast. We get post lockdown, rebound chaser. Now we are able to get chase down artists on bronze. Anchor, if you want to make the adjustment to go with a 70 block, you definitely can do so. Now, when it comes down to tier 3, I think this is going to be one of the stronger areas because look, we get glove and interceptor, but also challenger with clamps. Now, this is just what we're going to look like starting out for the defense. From here, let's go ahead and move on to the offense, and we're going to get into the breakdown of the shooting. Now, for the mid-range shot, I'm going to go with the 77, 92 three-pointer with a 72 free throw for a total of 24 badges. Now, for tier 1, I like Amped, Midi Magician, and Volume Shooter. For tier 2, Green Machine, as well as Space Creator. And then for tier 3, I'm liking Agent 3, Limitless Range, and Deadeye. Now, this is pretty much what we're going to look like starting out with the offensive end. But take into account the takeovers that we're going to be able to equip makes this a much better build. So I'm going to leave it like this. Let's go ahead and get started with the finishing. Now, we get a total of 21 finishing badges. I'm going to go with a close shot of a 66, 82 driving layup, 96 driving dunk with a 75 standing dunk. Now, yes, we're going to be able to get elite contact dunks because of the vertical and the dunk. But in total, I'm really liking the fact that we're able to get Pro Touch on Hall of Fame, Giant Slayer, Limitless Takeoff, and then for tier 2, I like Fearless Finisher with Gold Posterizer and Gold Slithery. Now, if you do decide to throw extra badges towards this area, I think it's going to be the perfect one to pick from, especially because we're going to get all of the main essential finishing badges needed for contact dunks. And this is what we're going to be looking like on the offensive end. Now we have one final area to get into, and that's going to be the playmaking. But let me know down below, what do y'all think about this build so far? But from here, let's go ahead and get started. Now for the playmaking, I didn't put too much into this area, except for the pass accuracy. Now I'm going to go with the 65, 46 ball handle, 31 speed with the ball. Now we get 4 badges, we still get ankle breaker, also going to be able to get break starter, vice grip, and even bailout. Now look, I think we have everything in order to be effective for this build. Now keep in mind the defense is going to be definitely elite. The playmaking, we're still going to be able to make plays because of the pass accuracy. Then take into account buying your own boost, and this number is going to be at least above a 70. Now for the shooting, I think we have everything and more, especially to be a sharpshooter from outside. And then with the finishing, it really makes this build so much more better and a bigger threat on the inside. Now with the takeovers, we get the sharpshooting and the lockdown. Not much thought you have to put into this, but look, I'm going to go with first limitless range takeover. Now the second one, I'm going to go ahead and say perimeter badge drop or extreme clamps would be the takeover that I would pick from. Now I'm going to leave it like this, but let's go ahead and check out the build to make sure that we made it correctly together. And if you followed every single step, we should be getting these 3 comparisons. And now as y'all can see, together we have created the 2-way inside out scorer, aka Klay Thompson in NBA 2K23 on next gen. Now because of the build and what we're actually able to do, you can even consider this to be a catfish. Now just take into account, look, the +10 towards your sharpshooting area, as well as the +10 towards your defensive. Now if you buy your own boost, that's going to be a +5. Now if you run with a teammate that has on floor general on Hall of Fame, that's going to be another +4. And then the better you play, your stats also gradually will go up. Now just something that I would take into account, but I think this is one of the best 2-way builds that we can possibly make, especially focusing primarily on the offense, but even more so the defense. From here, let's go ahead and get started with a breakdown of the badges. Now for the badges on the finishing, I'm going to go with Acrobat, Giant Slayer, Pro Touch, and Rise Up for Tier 1. For Tier 2, I like Fearless Finisher, Gold Posterizer with Hall of Fame Core, Limitless Takeoff. Now I think the finishing, we have all the badges needed. Now if you want to throw extra badges into this area to equip Slithery on gold, that's definitely something that I would look forward to. But again, I think with or without the extra badges, this is going to be a dominant build. Now for the shooting, I'm going to go with Amped, Volume Shooter, Space Creator, Green Machine, Limitless Range, and Agent 3. Now, here's going to be a few different jump shots that we're actually able to pick from, just to give y'all an idea of what we're actually able to recreate as well. Now, when it comes down to the playmaking, I'm going to go with Core Bailout on Bronze, Vice Grip, Ankle Breaker, as well as Break Starter. Now, not only do we have that 70+ pass accuracy, but Break Starter is going to be one of those badges that is definitely going to help us out when throwing full court passes. Now, for the defense, I'm going to go with Ankle Braces, Box Out Beast, Rebound Chaser, Chase Down Artist, with Clamps, Glove, and Interceptor. Now, this is what the build will be looking like, and I think on all 4 areas, we have everything and more needed to be a threat on both ends of the floor. Now let me know in the comments, did you make this build exactly how I brought it to y'all, or did you make your own version? Now I just want to say thank you to everybody who did make it this far into the video, and if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Go ahead and turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Don't forget to smash that like button, but also comment down TG for thanking God, as well as where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be hitting y'all back with a response. But with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.